Здравствуйте! С группой юристов первого курса мы придумали для вас челлендж. Мы взяли реальную историю, которая произошла в России несколько лет назад, разделили ее на кусочки и записали каждый кусок от имени персонажа, который принимал участие в этой истории. Челлендж состоит в том, чтобы смочь составить историю в единое целое и написать нам об этом в комментариях. Ждем вас!
Now, dear subscribers, I will tell you how a good artist can differ from a brilliant artist. A good artist can draw portraits, landscapes and sketches, and the genius can draw a bill, so that it can be distinguished from a real.
Article 186. The making or uttering on counterfeit banknotes or securities. The making of counterfeit banknotes for the purpose of their utterance, or the uttering a counterfeit banknotes of the Central Bank of the Russian Federation, metallic coins, government securities, or other securities in the currency of the Russian Federation or in foreign currency, or securities in foreign exchange, shall be punishable by deprivation of liberty for a term of 5 to 8 years with confiscation of property or without such confiscation.
So what? Yes, I took that false banknote. She made it really well. It looked very, very real. And yes, I went to a shop and bought some food stuff. I wanted to check if it works or not. It worked. That was cool. Do I feel guilty? No. It was her who made it. I just tried.
Yes, I am not guilty. I didn't mean to break the law. All my guilt is that I didn't check the banknote. But how could I do that? We have no detector in the shop, and that's because Malhaz is greedy. Where am I from? Moldova. Yes, I am an illegal immigrant. I guess so. But I have 5 kids. Are you gonna feed them?
Dear citizens, the investigator's office warned you that illegal migration is punished with compulsory works or even imprisonment for up to 2 years. Also, as the number of using fake banknotes has risen recently, don't forget that it is illegal in Russian Federation and punished with imprisonment for up to 8 years. So be careful and remember, the ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Tell me, please, are you a brother of Malhaz?
Yes, I am.
What can you tell me about your brother? What kind of person is he?
Oh, he's the most honest person I've ever met, and he's so extremely kind. He never hurts anyone.
But we know that he has already been sentenced for counterfeit goods and false alcohol in his shop and for not paying money to his staff.
Who told you that? That's lie.
Good afternoon. I represent a company that sells and installs security products, and I contacted Malhaz several times about installing cameras and a device for verifying the authenticity of money. But each time I received a refusal, and I even offered him a discount, but I only heard no.
Hello, I'm Leonard Brown, reporter from Earth Channel, and I want to ask you some questions. Do you often make purchases in this store?
I'm Elizabeth Jones. Yes, I often make purchases in the store because I live in a remote area. There are no other grocery stores.
Have you ever faced with any deception in this store, and how did you react to it?
Yes, I have faced with deception in this store. It's terrible store. For sellers in the store, it's common to under-deliver the change to the buyer or outweigh the vegetables and fruits at the checkout. Also, there are often promotions for products, but when you approach the checkout, they don't punch at the price indicated on the price tag with a discount. Of course, I react negatively to this, but no one from the administration of this store wants to know the opinion of the ordinary buyer.
Thank you for your opinion.
What can I say about this shop? It's awful. They never have fresh fruits, and prices are too high. And this shop assistant Maria, she's always shouting.
Oh, she's very polite.
Suspects in the creation and sale of counterfeit money were arrested in St. Pete today. The prime suspect is well-known artist. So far, the circumstances of the case unknown. Other citizens of our city are also involved in this case. The owner of shop, that is the crime scene, is also charged with other minor offenses. But that's not all. A policeman was detained on suspicion of bribery. The detectives will conduct a thorough investigation, take all fingerprints, and conduct a DNA analysis. We are facing soaring crime rates in this city, and it's about time the criminals were brought to justice.
Is it true that you arrived in Malhaz's shop on call of one of the customers, Vasily?
Yes, that's true. Civilian Vasily strongly asked to come to the shop with a check.
Why? There must have been some violations then.
Yes, Vasily claimed that he was given change in a fake banknote, but right in the shop on the machine for checking bills, I carefully checked everything and I can say with confidence that Vasily was mistaken. There were no fake banknotes in the shop. I also didn't find any other violation there. So in general, it was a false call. Citizen Vasily could easily compare to real banknotes himself to dispel his doubts.
Well, you may find it strange, but Malhaz has accepted that his shop doesn't have a machine of checking banknotes. What can you say about this?
That's right, Malhaz is telling the truth. I brought a device for checking banknotes with me. This kind of crime is quite common, and our police department purchased devices for fast actions.
We've already checked this information. Police officers have never gotten this type of machines. So, stop lying. We both know that you took the bribe. You must get a 3 years of imprisonment now. But if you help the investigation, the court will take it into account, you can be sure. So tell me, what violations did you find in Malhaz's shop?
Actually, yes, that's true. The store have flaws, and that is really that they tried to pass the change with a fake banknote. But what else could you do in this situation? The store doesn't have much income to install cameras and find out who paid with a fake banknote. And the cashier, she can't be arrested. She has small children who need to be fed. She works hard to earn a living for herself and her children. And after all, it was much easier to avoid problems by issuing change with a fake bill. But you can't put her in prison for sure.
Okay, thank you for help. I will ask you to write your statements on paper now.
Article 290. Bribe taking. Bribe taken by a functionary in person or through an intermediary in the form of money securities or other assets or property benefits for actions in favor of a bribe giver or the persons he represents. If the functionary then takes actions which are part and parcel of the functionary's official powers, or if the latter by virtue of his official position may further such actions and also for oral patronage or connivance in the civil service, shall be punishable by a fine in the amount of 700 to 1000 minimum wages, or in the amount of the wage or salary or any other income on the convicted person for a period of 7 to 12 months. 286. Exceeding official powers. Commissioned by an official of actions which transcend the limits of his powers and which involve a substantial violation of the rights and lawful interests of individuals or organizations or the legally protected interests of society and the state, shall be punishable by a fine in the amount of 100 to 200 minimum wages, or in the amount of the wage or salary or any other income of the convicted person for a period of 1 to 2 months, or by disqualification to hold specified officers or to engage in specified activities for a term of up to 5 years, or by arrest for a term of 4 to 6 months, or by deprivation of liberty for a term of up to 4 years.
Hello, I'm Ilana Brown, reporter from RT channel, and it's live report from the scene. I'm going to ask eyewitnesses several questions. Tell me, please, what happened in this story?
Hello, my name is Anne, and I'm an upsetting citizen. The counterfeit bill incident got me off balance. To be honest, I was shocked that the saleswoman, who was a pretty person, was trying to trick me. That day, the saleswoman was kind enough, but at the same time, she was very nervous when she gave me the change.
How did you know that the bill was counterfeit?
I am a rather vigilant customer. In addition, I took a financial literacy course during the students' period. That's why I relate very sensitive to change at the store, and I know how to identify a fake banknotes. I started to look closely at the bill that the saleswoman gave me. First of all, there were no watermarks on the edge of the banknote. Secondly, the coat of arms of Khabarov city on the banknote did not change colors depending on the angle of the review. That's why I realized the bill was fake.
Why did you decide to call the police?
I'm an upstanding citizen. I believe that everyone in our country must live by the law. I think when a man, even with the best intentions, breaks the laws, he must be punished. I was very outraged, and of course, as a law-abiding citizen, I called the police to put an end to these illegal activities in the store.
And now I want to ask some questions to Anne's friends. Tell me, please, how long do you know Anne, and what can you tell me about her?
Oh, I know her about 4 years. It's 4 years, yeah.
Have there ever been situations like this?
Yes, there were many situations, and one of them, when we work at the same job, there was a situation when a client left a large amount of money, and she immediately caught up with him without hesitation and returned his money.
Okay, thank you.
Malchus, tell me, why did your customer Vasily call the police?
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers, your honor. I am a decent citizen. I honestly and decently turned off the business. How do I know that everything is clean and legal in our store? I don't know at all for what reasons I was called.
As I know, Inspector Pashinina came to shop with an inspection. Will she manage to confirm statements?
Who is who? Anastasia? Anastasia, yeah, saw her. She was there at the time.
Really? That's quite interesting. Though, Malhas, I see that you don't want to tell me the whole truth. Well, any accidental check of your shop, or maybe not accidental, will show all the violations anyway. So, if you don't want to tell the truth to the investigation, that's your choice.
What is so interesting about this? I told you everything I know. What kind of check is? Come on, I telling you everything is legal. Everything is registered and everything is clean. There have been no violations yet. We have passed a fire check, tax check and others. Although I did not finish one thing. Our store doesn't have a machine for checking banknotes, but this is not a problem because everything is checked personally by us.
Oh, hello. You're the artist, right?